My name is Megan DeHemer. I am 33 years old. I have a daughter that's going to be 17 soon. Work for Wells Fargo, and I enjoy working out at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, and my mom owns a gym in Urbandale where I teach kickboxing and strength training. I lived in my townhome for, it'll be 9 years in June, and I knew that, I was going to be wanting to expand. My dream when I bought my first home was to have a deck to sit on, and I wanted to have a basement as well. And, with the first home, it was a perfect first home, didn't have those things. So knowing that my daughter was going to be graduating high school soon and wanting to be able to find that home, I knew that I was going to be looking for something, and just started kind of watching the market with things getting so hot as they were and things selling so quickly. And so I just had it in my plans. I knew once I hit about 9 or 10 years in my first home that I was going to look for that next step. Well, my best friend and I were sitting out on the patio one night, and we were just talking and drinking wine and looking through on our phones at different options. And when I was comparing all of the different properties that were on the market and looking at Clover and Hive, their model popped up, and I sent a thing to my realtor saying, what's the likeliness that we can go check this out? They were the first home builders that we looked at, and they were the last home builders that we looked at. So what piqued our interest in Clover and Hive was really the fact that the model options that they had available. Danny was amazing. She stuck out like no other compared to all of the other people that we had talked to. She just very genuine, felt like she cared, and not to say the other builders didn't, but it just, the experience that we had, first experience. And so we came back when we narrowed it down to the last two builders, and these guys were the best. Yes, what's funny is that my best friend never planned on moving, but as her husband likes to say, when we have our nights out on the patio, we get to scheming. And we saw that there was a twin home option, and we're like, well, we've always wanted to be able to, because you see those TikToks or things where the best friend is rolling in the little mini car and going to the driveway, and we're like, that's our goals. So we were joking at first, but then once we actually came out and looked at it and convinced him to get on board, and the rest was history. And now we're building a twin house next to each other. And it made sense for us because during the summers, we spend the majority of our time at their house on the patio grilling. All of our kids grew up together. She has 3 kids, and my daughter considers them family. They are family. And so it just makes it that much easier being right next door to each other. We love the fact that Clover and Hive have been so open to anytime we want to come out, we can come out. We have weekly calls. We always know what's going on. There's never a question. There's always very clear transparency. Every call we have each week, there's some type of laugh, even if there's some type of chaos going on. So the experience overall has just, being able to pick things. Never imagined I'd be 33 years old building my own home and being able to pick out all of the things with my best friend at the same time. And it's been very fun and rewarding, and it's just awesome. For us, when we first came to Clover and Hive and we fell in love with the models and the options, and the one thing we wanted to do was make sure that we'd done our research. My friend and I are very particular, so if we're gonna make a decision, we're gonna make sure that it's the best decision. So, we went and looked at like 10 other builders, at least, and my realtor could probably confirm because she was the one taking us out. But we spent our time really comparing. And so any other person that's looking, the big thing for us for why we chose to build new is we really looked at the area, new and expanding area, and the opportunity having something to make it your own, especially when I started comparing the market and how much it was for resale of an old home versus, hey, I could build something and build it the way I wanted to. So patience would be the other thing too, because, you know, with any new home build, when you do go that route, it's not as quick of a, hey, put an offer in and you can move. So it takes a lot of patience, but if you have a dream and that's your goals and what you want to go after, then that's the best thing you can do to accomplish that. Well, my neighbors should know that I look mean, but I'm not. I have what's called a resting stern face, we'll say. And once I crack out of my shell, I'm a lot more friendly. My friend who's living next door, she's the friendly one. So if you want to crack the ice, she's the first one to go to.